Oh, hello there.
Hello, welcome to Upwey High School Stadium, sponsored by Bendigo Community Bank, Upwey and District, for this Round 7 Championship Women Clash between the Sherbrooke Suns and the Bulleen Boomers. Both teams coming into this off wins. Bulleen's last match, a 90-78 win versus Pakenham, and Sherbrooke's last win came last night. They're on the second leg of a doubleheader. They snapped Bellarine's undefeated streak with a late comeback win, winning the final term 23-8, running away 7-point winners 74-67. So this match, Sherbrooke currently sat in third rather I should say, after a result from earlier today. Bulleen sat in fourth, so Sherbrooke with a record of 7-2. Bulleen with a record of 6-2. So hopefully we're in for a nice, close and even match here this afternoon.
Yeah, that was Cooper talking then. I'm Josh. I'll add in every now and then when I'm not announcing. But
Butchering the names way there.
Yeah, probably called someone Hollywood a couple times last night accidentally.
Poor girl.
Sorry, Hollywood. I nearly said it again. So 3 minutes till we start here. Sherbrooke seems to have played a pretty good game last night.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how this plays out today.
I think they struggled a bit, didn't they? They started off a bit rough last night.
Yeah, Sherbrooke were down by 15 at points last night, but the Spirit had come back in the last term, spearheaded by Keisha Lee. She top scored last night with 26.
Yeah, their overall score thing at the end, I can't remember what it's called, where it was 26-8 or
23-8, just the fourth quarter score. There you go. That's the word.
Yeah.
That was a very dominant last quarter from Sherbrooke. Kind of showed what they can do, especially against what most people are touting as the best team in the league. So for them to come back and win that game showed real spirit last night. So we'll see if they can back it up today.
I think Chad would have been, their coach, Chad Burton, would have been happier if that kick came in a little bit earlier than fourth quarter.
Yeah, but a win's a win, especially against an undefeated
definitely.
team. So I'm sure he may have had his little nitpicks here and there, but you can't be too unhappy when you pull off a win against undefeated top of the table team. So about 100-ish seconds before we get underway.
So a couple of returning players I've noticed from last season for the Bulleen Boomers. I recognise Kelly Romers and Kira Lindemans. Lindemans has definitely been in somewhere. I'm not sure whether it was in Champ Women last season, but it might have been in Youth League. I'm not sure. Yeah, but definitely some returning players.
I think the big matchup here that Bulleen will want to look at is definitely Keisha Lee. She's been dominant for the Suns, like we said last night, single-handedly pulling them back into the game, joined by Oleana Squires, the sharpshooter from behind the three-ball arc. She chipped in along with Lee, bringing back Sherbrooke to a win. So we'll see how today plays out here at Upwey High School Stadium, sponsored by Bendigo Community Bank.
So about 30 seconds now until we till jump. I assume Keisha Lee will be in jump.
Yeah, you'd think so. Assuming that the Suns will have a pretty similar starting five to what they usually run. Typically, from what we've seen so far this year, Sherbrooke usually run with 8-ish players of the 11 that they have for a majority of the game.
Just as we get into this first quarter, it is brought to us by iAthletic, which is our team's clothing supplier. So big thanks to them for all their support over the last few years. And Cooper will get at you with the starting five, and I'll be back in quarter times.
Yes, probably. So we have the typical starting five for the Suns: Keisha Lee, Tanae Sawalo, Oleana Squires, Mel Pryor, and Zoe Zwirling. For the Boomers, we've got Kelly Romas, Saray Beveridge, Caitlin Van Ness, Madison Zugnar, And there's one more number that I can't quite see. I believe that's a 3, which means it's Amy Baum. We'll be getting underway here on the jump. Lee wins the jump, wins it down to Squires for the Suns. So they will have the first possession here this afternoon. So Swallow with ball in hand. Kicks to Squires. Squires hands to Lee. Lee spins, puts up the shot, bangs. Bounces nicely for Keisha Lee to open up the scoring. So Baum, she goes to Romas. Back to Baum, top of the key. She looks for the cut of Kelly Romas, but her pass is deflected out of court. So inbound ball finds Beveridge. She spins on Sawalo. Left-handed shot, doesn't fall. Lee rebounds. So Lee hands to Zwirling. She's double-teamed. Her pass looking for Lee. Deflected out of court by Baum for the Boomers. So it will be a Suns ball. So Mel Pryor with the ball in the corner. 5 seconds on the shot clock. She turns, goes for 3 over Zugnar. Doesn't fall. Squires picks up the rebound. She puts up the reverse and she's fouled. So Oleana Squires will go to the line.
Number 4, Kelly Romas.
So Squires' first one doesn't bounce the way she wants it to. Neither does the second one. So rebound off hand. Squires ends up picking it up. Mid-ranger, good for Ollie Squires. She makes amends for the missed free throws. As Baum moves around the screen of Zugnar, finds the open lane and lays it in. First points for Bulleen go to Amy Baum. Swirling's pass, looking for Squires, tipped by Baum. Romas picks it up for the Boomers. She wants Zugnar, gets it there eventually. And Zugnar gives it back to Romas. So once again, around the screen of Zugnar, finds the open lane again. Copy and paste play there for the Boomers. So Swallow waits for the screen from Pryor. Drives inside, looks for Squires, who's cutting. Kicks to Pryor. Pryor launches a 3. No good. So Van Ness rebounds for the Boomers. And Baum looking for Zugnar, just not on the same page there. So it'll be a Suns ball. So the ball finds Pryor. She hands now to Zwirling. Pryor kicks back to Zwirling. Looking to drive on Baum. She draws the contact. Doesn't find the shot. But Zwirling will go to the line for her first set of free throws. So Zwirling hits the first, her first basket of the contest. And the second as well for Zoe Zwirling. Baum looks to cut through the left side this time instead of the right. Ball deflected away by Zwirling. Squires picks it up. So Squires has Baum for company. She looks to drive inside. Ball picked up by Romas. She steals. And on the fast break, one-on-one with Zwirling. Zwirling defends well. Shot doesn't fall. Baum taps it back in the court and off Squires. So it'll be a Boomers ball. So Romas takes the inbound. She gives to Baum. Baum looks over the top for Zugner, who rolls after the screen. Her reverse layup. Moonball doesn't go. Nice rebound there from Beveridge. Gives out to Baum, who fires a three. That doesn't fall. And then Beveridge, with the same play as Baum just seconds ago, loops it back in off of one of the Sherbrooke players and out of court for a Bulleen ball. Inbound ball finds Van Ness. Van Ness under the ring. Lays it in off the glass. So all 6 of Bulleen's points coming from very close proximity to the ring. Soalo looking to drive on Beveridge left side. She cuts back inside. Hits the basket, and Soalo will go to the line for the three-point play. After drawing the foul on the Bulleen number 12, Soray Beveridge. So Soalo hits the free throw, completing the three-point play. Ball in the hands of Baum. She goes to Van Ness. Van Ness kicks to Romas. She looks for Van Ness in the screen on a mismatch on Squires. She doesn't find the shot, but she's fouled. So Caitlin Van Ness will go to the line. So Caitlin Van Ness at the line misses the first. She hits the second, however. So Sherbrooke the other way now, in the hands of Pryor. She gives back to Zwirling, the ring general for the Suns. She goes to Squires. Squires waits for Lee's screen. Long two, Ollie Squires, no good. Romas rebounds. She's got a 1-on-3 here, so she's going to slow it down. Wait for some assistance. She gives to Baum. Waits for the screen from Zugner. Baum drives left side, kicks out to Van Ness. She goes for three, no good. Lee rebounds in front of Zugner. So Zwirling. She goes to Pryor now. Offloads to Soalo. Then to Squires. Squires drives, kicks to Zwirling in the corner. Zwirling unleashes a three. No good. Squires pulls down the offensive board. Can't follow it in with the shot. And Bulleen the other way through Romas. Romas looks to drive through Squires, through the middle. She banks it in. We've got a sub being called here for the Boomers. Kira Lindemans checks in for Soray Beveridge. So Zwirling gives to Pryor. Back to Zwirling. Zwirling's pass looking inbound for Lee. Doesn't find the mark. Baum charging down the right side. Hands over the top to Van Ness. She lays it in.
2 points, Caitlin Van Ness.
So Bulleen take the lead for the first time. So Lee, pass inside, finds Soalo. Soalo goes in off the glass. Tying the game back up once more. 4.5 to play in the first. Van Ness looking to drive left side. She draws a foul, and Caitlin Van Ness will be back at the line once more.
Fouls at number 40, Keisha Lee. Tegan Burton checking in.
So Tegan Burton checks in now for Zoe Zwirling for the Suns. And Nicola Cross checks in for Madison Zugner for the Boomers. First one's good for Van Ness. And the second one as well. So Van Ness goes 2 for 2 on this visit. Ball with Squires. She's guarded by Cross. Just inside range. Picks up the dribble, so has to find a pass. Sawalo fakes to go left. Goes back right. Looks inside for Pryor. Lets Pryor go to work. Blocked by Van Ness. Pryor tries to keep it in. Instead, knocks it out of court. So it'll be a Boomers ball. So ball with Baum. She's got Squires for company. She goes to Cross. Cross looking to drive. Left side. Shot doesn't fall, but she draws a foul on Tegan Burton. So Nicola Cross will go to the line for her first set of free throws. So Cross hits the first. And the second as well. So Cross goes 2 for 2. Bulleen lead by 4. Squires goes over the top to Pryor. To Sawalo. She fires for 3. Tanea Sawalo got it. First 3 ball for the Suns. From Tanea Sawalo. Baum drives right side off the screen from Van Ness. Cross kicks to Lindemans. She drives inside. Shot doesn't fall. Lindemans gets her own offensive board. But her pass out doesn't find the mark. Squires to Lee. Lee kicks to Burton. Burton fakes, drives inside. Shot doesn't go, and an offensive foul has been called.
Offensive foul called on number 13, Tegan Burton.
So Saray Beveridge checking back in for Kelly Romers. So, Baum waits for the screen from Van Ness. Cross now, finds herself open, fakes the shot, drives inside, well defended Burton. Sawalo picks up the steal. She kicks to Squires. Squires, long 2, no good. Rebound off hands, Sawalo picks it up. She's fouled while trying to find the pass to Pryor.
Fouls on number 12, Saray Beveridge.
So Beveridge picks up her second personal. Burton in charge of the inbound. She gives to Pryor. Pryor kicks out to Squires. She looks inside for Lee in the post. Lets Lee go to work. Kicks to Burton in the corner. Burton out to Sawalo. Sawalo drives. 4 seconds on the shot clock. She passes to Lee. Lee spins. Puts up the shot. It's good for Keisha Lee. Keisha Lee's up to 4 points now. And an offensive foul called on Caitlin Van Ness.
Offensive foul called on Caitlin Van Ness, number 25.
Both teams make substitutions. Madison Zugner checks in for Van Ness. And Louise Karajic-Powell checks in for Mel Pryor. Squires, Karajic-Powell looks for Burton. She looks inside for Lee. It's cut off by Lindemans, and Lindemans keeps it in. So Cross now, right side, looks to drive. She kicks to Beveridge in the corner. She goes to Lindemans, left side wing, open 3. No good. Sawala rebounds. Sawalo brings it up the court to Squires. Squires gives to Lee, left side wing, 10 seconds on the shot clock. To Squires in the corner. She fires for 3. No good. Sawalo crashes the offensive boards. It goes out of court off Sherbrooke hands. So it's a Boomers ball. Baum looks to drive right side. A foul called on Oleana Squires. Sherbrooke make a double sub. Eliza Shanahan and Zoe Zwirling check in for Oleana Squires and Tanea Sawalo. First one's good for Baum. Second one as well for Baum. As Romers checks back in for Amy Baum. For Bulleen. Ball with Shanahan. She gives to Zwirling. Now Karajic-Powell. Burton. Burton looking for Shanahan. Her pass cut off by Lindemans. Lindemans open layup. Doesn't fall. Rebound off hands. Ends up with Karajic-Powell. She gives to Shanahan. Shanahan deep 2. Doesn't go. Cross rebounds. Ball now with Romers. She goes to Cross. Lee switches after the screen. Cross kicks to the corner to Lindemans. One more to Romers. Romans looks to drive inside. She's called for a travel. So just a tad over a minute left in the first. Bulleen leads by 1. So Lee kicks to Zwirling. Right side wing. She passes inside for Shanahan. But an offensive foul being picked up. Committed by Louise Karajic-Powell. So ball in the hands of Kelly Romers. She gives to Beveridge. Beveridge looks to drive through the middle. Off the screen from Lindemann. Shot blocked by Karajic-Powell. Ends up back with Romers. She kicks to Cross. Left side wing. Looks to drive on Burton. Her shot is good. Nicola Cross.
2 points. Nicola Cross.
Takes it to the basket once again. She's got 4 now. Long pass for Karajic-Powell. Doesn't find the mark. So it'll be a Boomers ball. Romers guarded closely by Zwirling. She finds Beveridge. Karajic-Powell switching after the screen. Romers kicks in the corner to Lindemann. She goes to Beveridge, top of the key. Beveridge looking to drive. She kicks out to Romers. Has to fire the 3. It's good for Kelly Romers.
3 points. Kelly Romers.
And that brings us to the end of the first.
22-16. Romers in the lead.
Bulleen take a 6-point lead into the first break. They lead 22-16.
We'd like to remind you that the canteen is open upstairs if you'd like to grab something to eat. Next quarter is brought to you from iAthletic, our team's clothing supplier. So we'll just quickly check in on our scores for the moment. Well, we have Tanea Sawalo racking up 8 points for the first quarter, 8 minutes on the court. And Keisha Lee has played for the full 10 and got 4 with 2 rebounds. And then for Bulleen, we have Kelly Romas with 7. And our music stopped. Sorry. Kelly Romers with 7 and 1 rebound. And Nicola Cross with 4. And Cooper will be back now to commentate.
Alrighty, so we're getting back underway here in the second first half. Ball in the hands of Baum. Her dribble goes amiss. She keeps onto it. Gets past Swirling. Looks to drive down the right. Has to kick out to Lindemans. Now to Beveridge. Beveridge gets around Lee. She hands off to Zugner. Zugner drives. Shot doesn't fall. But she's drawn a foul on Mel Pryor.
Fouls on number 32, Mel Pryor.
So Madison Zugner will go to the line. First one good for Zugner. It's her first basket of the match. And the second as well. So Lee hands to Sawalo. She goes to Pryor. Hands to Zwirling. Pass tipped away. And it's a Sherbrooke ball. So Lee takes the inbound, gives to Zwirling. Zwirling drives baseline. Her dribble goes amiss. Picked up by Romers. She goes to Baum in the corner. Back to Romers. Now to Lindemann. And Beveridge. Romers kicks in the corner. Lindemans drives baseline around Sawalo. She kicks to Romers. Left side wing. 3 ball. No good. Lindemans pulls down the offensive board. Gets it back in off the glass.
2 points, Kira Lindemans.
Ball with Shanahan. She goes to Zwirling. Zwirling hands to Swallow. Swallow to Lee. Lee with ball in hand. 2 on the shot clock. Has to put up a shot. She's fouled. Just doesn't get the bounce. So Keisha Lee will go to the line.
Fouls on number 12, Saray Beveridge.
Bulleen make a substitution. Caitlin Van Ness checking in for Saray Beveridge, who picked up her 3rd personal.
Keisha Lee to the line.
So Keisha Lee at the line, shooting her first set of free throws. So Lee hits the first. And the second as well. Bulleen leads by 8. 8.5 to play in the second. Bulleen have the ball in the hands of Baum. She dribbles over the half court. So Zwirling causes a backcourt violation. It's going to be a Sherbrooke ball. So Zwirling finds Pryor. Pryor goes back over the top to Zwirling. Sawalo, top of the key. Mid-range shot, Tanea Sawalo, no good. Baum rebounds. She gets past Zwirling. Pryor looks to help. Baum around Zwirling. Kicks to Romers, now Van Ness. She looking to drive in, left side. Finger rolls it in, Caitlin Van Ness. Sualo kicks to Lee. Keisha Lee unloads a 3. No good. Rebound off hands. Pryor pulls it down for the Sun. She gives to Lee, who drives inside. Keisha Lee with a finger roll of her own. She's up to 8. Baum looking to drive, left side. Her pass cut off by Sualo, but the ref calls a foul. So Lee picks up her second as Ollie Squires checks in for Eliza Shanahan. So inbound ball finds Baum. Baum looks to drive inside, gets swirling, jumping. Kicks out to Lindemans. Lindemans for three. In and out. Squires rebounds, but it falls out of court. It's now a Sherbrooke, Bulleen ball rather. Inbound ball finds Zugner. Zugner drives. Shot doesn't go. Pryor rebounds. And draws a foul. So Lindemans picked up her first personal. Sherbrooke with the ball in the hands of Swirling in the corner. Wants the screen from Pryor. She gets it. Drives inside. Kicks to Pryor now. She drives baseline. Kicks to Sawalo, left side wing. Shot no good. Baum rebounds. Baum wants to drive. Left side. She hands to Zugner. Pass just too little tad, too much height on it. Sawalo steals. She gives to Lee. Lee, mid-range shot. Doesn't fall. Rebound contested, but Baum picks it up for the Boomers. She carves through the middle of the court. Left shot, left hand shot is good for Amy Baum. Squires gets the screen from Pryor. She pulls up. Deep two, in and out. Zugner rebounds. So Bulleen leads by 10. 6 minutes to play in the second. Ball in the left corner with Lindemann. She wants to drive. Looks to hand to Van Ness.
Fouls number 40, Keisha Lee. Louise Karajic-Powell checking in.
And Sherbrooke call a timeout.
10-point lead to the Boomers, 5:51 on the clock.
So Sherbrooke calls a timeout. They trail by 10, 30-20. 5:51 remain in the first half. So we're going to get back underway with a Bulleen inbound from the baseline. Baum to take the inbound. Kicks it out to Beveridge, who's checked back in for the Boomers. She gives to Van Ness in the post on Sawalo. Van Ness gets to work and it bounces nicely.
2 points, Caitlin Van Ness.
Sawalo gets over the top to Pryor. Pryor off the glass. Just doesn't roll the way that Sherbrooke would like it to. Van Ness rebounds, gives to Baum. She goes to Beveridge now to Romers. Ball back in the hands of Baum. Back out to Romers. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Romers drives inside. Euro step. Doesn't fall. Van Ness rebounds.
2 points, Caitlin
Back-to-back baskets for Caitlin Van Ness. Zwirling goes to Squires. She pulls up. Doesn't go. Squires can't get one to fall at the minute. Baum rebounds. Baum not on the same page as Lindemans. She keeps it in, however. Baum. She goes for three. Shot short. Rebound straight back to Baum. Baum drives left side. Hands off to Van Ness.
2 points, Caitlin Van Ness.
It's 3 baskets in a row for Caitlin Van Ness. She moves up to 15 points. Sawalo drives left side. Mid-ranger. No good. Rebound off hands. Out of court, and it'll be a Sherbrooke ball. As Sherbrooke make a substitution, Bridget Gamble checking in for Mel Pryor.
Bridget Gamble checking in.
Zwirling with the inbound. Kicks out to Karajic Powell. She goes to Squires. Back to Karajic Powell. Karajic Powell spins. Takes a step inside. Off the glass. No good. Rebound ends up with Beveridge. Pass over the top. Looking for Van Ness in the post. It's out of court. Off hands. And will be a Sherbrooke ball as Nicola Cross checks in now for Saray Beveridge. So Zwirling. She finds Sawalo. She's got Romers for company. Sawalo spins. Shot doesn't find the mark. Van Ness rebounds. Long pass finds Romers. Drives on Karajic Powell. Shot doesn't fall, but she draws a foul. So Kelly Romers will go to the line.
Fouls on number 20, Louise Karajic Powell.
So the first one bounces nicely for Romers. Second one falls as well. So Kelly Romers up to 9 points.
Kelly Romans knocks down the second.
Pass over the top, finds Sawalo. Fakes to go right, then goes left. Sawalo gives to Zwirling, who cuts inside. Her shot just doesn't bounce nicely. Romers wants to drive left side. She does so.
2 points, Kelly Romers.
Bulleen's lead now out to 20. Zwirling kicks to Squires. Squires goes to Karajic Powell, top of the key. She goes for three. No good. Cross rebounds. She looks to find Van Ness over the top, but Squires cuts off the pass. Squires drives right side. Her shot blocked by Van Ness. But a foul called.
Fouls on number 25, Caitlin Van Ness. And a timeout for the Boomers. A 20-point lead, 2:39 in the first half.
So Bulleen calls a timeout. They lead by 20. 2 minutes 39 to play in the second. So we resume with Ollie Squires at the line. Makes the first. So second trip to the free throw line. The first made attempt. Second now. She moves up to 4. Suns will be hoping that her shooting woes can fix themselves. She's currently shooting 1 for 8. So Baum. Baum goes to Romers. One more to Lindemans in the corner. She fires a 3. Shot too long. Soalo rebounds. 2 minutes 20 to play. Squires wants to drive through the middle. Tipped away by Cross. Picked up by Romers. Romers wants to drive on Karajic. Powell. Shot blocked. Soalo rebounds. And Zwirling with the ball. She gives to Lee. Now to Karajic Powell. Over to Zwirling. Looks inside for Karajic Powell. She spins, puts up the shot, bounces well for Louise Karajic Powell. And the Boomers call another timeout.
7-6 on the clock. 40-24. Boomers in the lead.
So with that basket, the lead down to 16 now. Bulleen leads 40-24. So with a minute 36 to play in the first half. Ball with Baum. She goes to Lindemans. Now to Romers. Romers kicks to Baum. Baum wants the screen from Sugna. Now to Romers. Romers fires a 3. Shot deflected by Karajic Powell. So 70 seconds to play. Zwirling. She goes to Squires. Squires, deep 3. No good. Rebound, hustled. Out of court, off Bulleen. Switch to Sherbrooke ball. So Soalo inbounds. She gives to Squires. Now to Karajic Powell. Over to Zwirling. Looks for Lee in the post. Lets her go to work on Lindemans. Lee's shot doesn't fall. Lee pulls down the offensive board. And draws a foul on the rebound.
Fouls at number 15, Kira Lindemans. Alana Tompkins checking in for Tanea Sualo.
So Alana Tompkins checking in for her first minutes for Tanea Sualo. Zwirling with the inbound. Goes top of the key for Squires. Too much height on it. So it'll be a Bulleen ball off the backcourt violation. Inbound ball finds Baum. So 12 on the shot clock. 7-6-5 now. Baum on the halfway. Has to go to Cross. Cross drives on Tompkins. And a foul called. So Nicola Cross will go to the line and shoot 2. So Cross misses the first, but gets the second. So Bulleen leads by 17. Just about 30 seconds remaining. Zwirling makes her way through traffic, almost loses it. Her and Cross jump on it to force a jump. It'll be a Sherbrooke ball. Squires inbound, finds Zwirling. But it goes a miss, and Zwirling about to go over half court. Wanted Squires again, but she was out of court as she grabbed to the ball. So 1 second between the shot clock and the game clock here. Baum drives through the middle. Puts up a shot. She's fouled.
Fouls on number 0, Zoe Zwirling.
So Zoe Zwirling will check out for the remaining 13 seconds.
4 seconds on the clock.
For Tegan Burton, as Amy Baum is at the line. She misses the first. She's currently got 6 points. She hits the second. So 13 seconds. Ball with Squires. Sherbrooke will want the last shot here. 5 seconds on the clock. Squires puts up a 3. No good. Baum rebounds. That'll bring us to the end of the first half.
The first half, 42-24.
Baum makes the 3, but it doesn't count, as it was after the buzzer. So Bulleen leads by 18, 42-24 at the halftime break. That was a nice shot if it was in time. That was a nice shot if it was in time.
Absolutely not.
You don't really hear it. You only hear it if you go back and find the recording.
No, okay.
Just find it and send it to all your friends. Send it to all your friends and say that 43 people let me speak. Oh, wait, what are we saying here? Under one. Oh, people are betting on the game. Betting? They're talking about it in the chat. I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't know there was a chat.
Under 147. So they want under 147 points. Just, yeah, people in the chat are betting on the game. Good old Ronnie.
Doesn't like anyone.
Sherbrooke Basketball Association would like to thank some of our major sponsors for their continued support. Firstly, we're very pleased to announce the Community Bank Upway and District part of Bendigo Bank has joined us as a stadium sponsor. Their generous support of our club is all thanks to their customers and the community, as the bank is based on a profit with purpose model. Secondly, I'd like to thank Knox Ford, located down the hill in Furniture Gully. They specialise in online vehicle sales. Their service ensures peace of mind purchasing in the comfort of your own home or office. The canteen is open upstairs if you'd like to grab something to eat.
So we're due to get back underway here at Upwey High School Stadium, sponsored by Bendigo Community Bank, Upwey and District, in roughly 60 seconds. Bulleen hold an 18-point lead at the half after a dominant second term, winning 20-8. Top scorers on the court, Caitlin Van S for Bulleen. She has 15. Kelly Romers has 12 for the Boomers. And for the Suns, Keisha Lee and Tanea Sawalo both tied up at 8. Sherbrooke will need Oleana Squires to catch a little bit of fire here in the second half. She's currently shooting 1 for 10 from the field. Likewise with Mel Pryor, yet to trouble the scorers. Let's see what the Suns can dish up here, whether they can cause another upset comeback win in this second half. So inbound ball finds Baum for the Boomers. Ball with Romers. Beveridge back to Baum. Baum to Beveridge. Pass almost doesn't find the mark. Beveridge keeps it in. She gives it to Zugnar. Goes to work on Pryor. Kicks to Van Ness. Romers has to put up the deep three. Doesn't go. Sawalo rebounds. Wants to put some pace on it. She gives to Zwirling. Zwirling fakes the three. Sidestep. Puts it up now. No good. Baum rebounds. Beveridge. She kicks out to Van Ness. Looks inside for Zugnar. Back out to Baum. Baum looks to drive. Kicks to Beveridge in the corner. She fires the three. Got it! Saray Beveridge knocks down the three. That's her first basket of the afternoon. So Squires now. She's got Romers for company. She kicks to Pryor. Pryor puts up the shot. Doesn't fall. Rebound Van Ness. Baum drives. Kicks to Beveridge. Beveridge cuts. Floater. No good. Picks up the offensive board. But it squeezes out of her hands. And Sherbrooke will go the other way now. Lee looks for Zwirling. She keeps it in. Gives to Sawalo. Sawalo off the glass. Ball rolls nicely for the Suns. Ball now in the hands of Baum. She wants to drive. Left side. Finds the lane. Lays it in.
2 points, Amy Baum.
Baum now up to 9. Lee goes to Sawalo. Sawalo gives to Squires. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Squires goes to work. Fadeaway shot is good for Ollie Squires. Sherbrooke's going to need more of that if they want to mount another comeback. Baum. She goes out to Romers. Right side wing. Squires taps it away. Pryor picks it up. She gives it to Squires now. Squires pulls up. Deep 2. It's good for Ollie Squires. Back-to-back baskets for Ollie Squires. Van Ness goes to Baum. Baum out to Romers. Romers puts up the 3. Shot no good. Baum pulls down the rebound. Romers drives left side on Zwirling. Her shot doesn't fall. Pryor rebounds. Zwirling gives to Pryor. Back over the top for Zwirling. Looks in the corner for Sawalo. Pass gets past Beveridge. Sawalo, mid-ranger, wide open. Sherbrooke back to 15. Beveridge. She gives to Van Ness. Van Ness gets past Sawalo.
2 points, Caitlin Van Ness.
Pops it up and in off the glass. Van Ness up to 17. Zwirling. Gives to Squires. Squires looks to go in left side. Kicks out to Zwirling. Zwirling fires a 3. It's good for Zoe Zwirling. Van Ness, wide open 3. In and out for Caitlin Van Ness. Squires. Picks up the dribble, doesn't have too many options here. Gives to Zwirling. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Zwirling spins, shot, doesn't go. Baum rebounds for the Boomers. 5.5 to play in the third. Pass over the top from Zugnar. To Zugnar rather, from Beveridge. Zugnar spins.
2 points, Madison Zugnar.
Gets it to go off the glass. Ball with Lee. And Lee's drawn a foul on Caitlin Van Ness. The substitution for the Boomers, Madison Zugnar makes way for Kira Lindemans. So Lee in charge of the inbound. She finds Squires. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Sawalo drives on Beveridge. Her shot goes in off the glass for Tanea Sawalo. She's got 14. Beveridge drives baseline. Looks for the pass inside to Van Ness. Squires picks it up. Hands it up to Zwirling. Zwirling kicks out to Lee. Lee to Squires. Squires drives inside. Kicks to Zwirling. Open 3. Zwirling again. Got it!
3 points, Zoe Zwirling.
Back-to-back threes for Zoe Zwirling. Means that Sherbrooke are back to within 11. Romers finds Beveridge. Beveridge gets the screen from Van Ness. She passes to Romers, who cuts. Back out to Baum. 1 second on the shot clock. Has to put up the shot. Amy Baum's got it.
3 points, Amy Baum.
Baum up to 12 off the back of that 3 ball. Squires gets the screen from Pryor. Looks to drive on Van Ness. Looks to kick into the corner to Zwirling, but Baum deflects it out of court. Both teams make substitutions.
Nicola Cross checking in and Louise Karajic-Powell checking in for the Suns.
So Louise Karajic-Powell checks in for Mel Pryor. Nicola Cross checks in for Saray Beveridge. Zwirling takes the inbound. Looks to go to Karajic-Powell at the top of the key. Van Ness cuts it off. She looks to drive. Almost misses the dribble. It ends up in her hands. Shot doesn't fall. Karajic-Powell rebounds and is fouled.
Fouls at number 25, Caitlin Van Ness.
She's fouled by Caitlin Van Ness, who will now make way for Madison Zugnar after picking up her 4th personal. So ball with Sawalo. She gives to Zwirling. 3:15 to play here in the third. Squires gives to Lee. Lee spins. Mid-ranger. Keisha Lee, no good. Rebound Lindemans. She gives over the top to Romers. Ball in the hands of Baum. Baum kicks out to Romers. She goes for 3 over Karajic-Powell. Shot doesn't fall. And so there's a foul on the shot from Karajic Powell on Kelly Romers. You can have a slight stoppage in play here. So Saray Beveridge, who's checked in for Kelly Romers, will take the 3 free throws. She misses the first 2. But she finds the 3rd.
Beveridge knocks down the 3rd.
So Sawalo. She's got Zugna for company. Wants to drive. Mid-ranger. Good for Tanea Sawalo.
Tanea Sawalo.
She's up to 16. Ball wants to drive through the middle. Hands to Zugna. Zugna puts up the shot. Doesn't fall. Rebound off hands. Zwirling keeps it in. Kicks it to Sawalo. Sawalo got to wait for some assistance. Zwirling hands to Sawalo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Squires. Goes to Karajic Powell. She fires for 3. Shot doesn't fall. Lee pulls down the rebound. Back out to Sawalo. 2 minutes to play. Squires fakes the 3. And then draws a foul on the Bulleen 15, Kira Lindemans. So Bulleen call a timeout.
1:52 on the clock.
With 1:52 remaining in the 3rd, they lead by 13, 55-42. So we're going to get back underway with an inbound from the Suns. Karajic Powell finds Zwirling. Now it's Sawalo. Sawalo goes to Lee. Lee back out to Sawalo. She fires for 3. Banks it in. Tanea Sawalo. So Amy Baum. She kicks to Beveridge. Beveridge looks inside for Lindemans. Finds her. She kicks to Baum. Baum loads up a 3. No good. Squires rebounds. Squires wants to drive. Left side. Her shot blocked, but not without a foul. So Ollie Squires will go to the line and shoot 2.
Fouls are number 14.
Jazz Greenwood checking in now for Zoe Zwirling. So Ollie Squires at the line for her third set of free throws. She hits the first, so the lead now for the Boomers under double digits. And she hits the second as well. So Squires up to 10 now after those free throws. Ball in the hands of Baum once more. Makes its way over to Cross. Cross wants to drive. Karajic Powell says no. Baum, 5 on the shot clock. Gets the screen from Zugner. Has to put up the 3. Doesn't fall. Rebound off hands. It will end up with Beveridge. She finds Cross. Cross has an open 3. Shot's good for Nicola Cross.
3 points, Nicola Cross.
Sawalo wants the screen from Karajic Powell. She gets it. She's going to pull up for 3. No good. Off hands. Ends up with Squires the rebound. She goes to Sawalo. Now to Lee. Karajic Powell fakes the shot. Dribble comes off her foot. Picked up by Cross. 15 seconds on the clock. Baum going to slow it down. Bulleen want the final shot here. Baum drives. Kicks to Beveridge in the corner. Her 3 ball no good.
That wraps up the third quarter, 47-58. Boomers.
The bell rings to signal the end of the third. Bulleen lead by 11. 58-47. So we get back underway with the Sherbrooke ball for the final 10 minutes of basketball here in this championship women matchup. Lee inbounds to Zwirling. Squires. She finds Sawalo now to Zwirling in the corner. Zwirling kicks to Lee. Top of the key. Lee drives in. Off the glass. Shot doesn't go. Rebound Cross. Baum finds Beveridge. Beveridge to Cross, back to Baum. Baum, Beveridge in the corner for 3. No good. Pryor rebounds. So Zwirling finds Pryor. Back out to Zwirling. Swirling wants to drive in, instead goes to Squires. Waits for the screen from Lee, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Squires drives in. Midi from the free throw line, in and out for Ollie Squires. Boom, drives in. She kicks it to the corner. Nicola Cross, wide open three. It's good.
3 points, Nicola Cross.
Sualo over to Squires. They want some pace on this attack here. Bounces nicely for Squires. So 8.5 to play. Baum with ball in hand. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Baum drives in. Shot blocked by Swirling. She keeps it in, but Baum picks it up. Kicks out in the corner to Lindemans, but her three doesn't go. Squires rebounds for the Suns. Pull up from the free throw line. Doesn't go. Rebound bounces off hands, but ends up with Baum. Baum drives. Defended well by Swirling. And Zugner picks up the rebound, and the ref's called a foul.
Fouls on number 32, Mel Pryor.
So Mel Pryor picks up the foul as Caitlin Van Ness checks back in for Madison Zugner. Baum in charge of the inbound. She kicks to Van Ness. Van Ness puts it up. It doesn't go, but she'll return to the free throw line as she was fouled on the shot.
Fouls on number 40, Keisha Lee. The 4th personal.
First one doesn't fall for Van Ness. She gets the second.
Caitlin Van Ness knocks down the second.
So Van Ness up to 18. Sualo, isolated on the right side, puts up the shot off the glass. It goes for Tanea Sualo. She's up to 21. Leading the line here for the Suns. Baum looks to drive in once more. She's fouled by Keisha Lee.
Fouls on number 40, Keisha Lee.
I think, based off her reaction, that's her 5th personal. It is. So she will check out now for Louise Karajic-Powell. Tegan Merton will also check in for Zoe Zwirling. First one doesn't fall for Baum. Neither does the second. So Karajic-Powell rebounds. Pass over the top, eventually makes its way to Pryor. So Squires finds Sualo. She wants to go to work here on Baum. She spins, hands to Pryor from the free throw line. Her shot doesn't go. Cross rebounds. Cross receives the pass from Baum. She looks inside for Van Ness. Doesn't get it cleanly the first time, but her pass looking for Lindemans is cut off. Squires gives to Sualo. 6:45 on the clock. 10 on the shot clock now. Squires pulls up for three. Got it. It's 2.
2 points, Ayana Squires.
So just the 2 there for Squires. Sherbrooke trail by 8. Or 9, rather. Beveridge drives in, kicks out to Cross. Nicola Cross, once again, hits the 3. She's 3 for 3 from behind the arc. Squires to Karajic-Powell, now to Sualo. She goes to Burton. Burton goes to Pryor, who rolls off the screen. She kicks to Sawalo. One more to Squires on the wing. This one's going to be a 3. Shot doesn't fall. Rebound bounces over the backboard into the hands of Baum. Baum kicks to Cross. Cross drives in. Her shot. Too much on it. Rebound off hands out of court. Will be a Bulleen basketball. Baum's inbound, finds Cross. She fires another 3. That one's short. Burton picks up the rebound. She hands it off to Squires. Squires for 3. No good. Van Ness rebounds. Baum drives inside. Her shot no good over Karajic Powell. Rebound off hands. And out of court off Sherbrooke. So it's a Bulleen ball. 5:20 to play. Inbound pass for Lindemans. Looked like she wasn't expecting it. Burton steals. Sawalo hands to Pryor. Out to Burton. Deep 2. No good. Rebound Van Ness. She goes over the top to Baum. Baum gives to Beveridge. She looks for Van Ness in the key. Spins on Karajic Powell. Caitlin Van Ness goes to work once again. She's got 20. So Burton drives. She gives to Pryor. Now to Karajic Powell. Over to Squires. Squires drives inside. Looks for the pass to Pryor. Beveridge steals and keeps it in. She gives it to Cross. Pass up to Lindemans. Lindemans right side. Shot no good. Sherbrooke teammates fighting over the rebound, but Squires picks it up in the end. So 4:15 to play. Bulleen lead by 14. The foul called on the Bulleen 15, Kira Lindemans. As Madison Zugner checks in for Nicola Cross. She's provided some very handy points off the bench today. She's got 14. Squires finds Sawalo. She drives, puts up the shot, banks it in off the glass. So Baum drives baseline, hands off to Zugner. Zugner's shot just bounces out for the Boomers. Burton puts it out in front of Squires. Squires drives inside, off the glass. Her shot's good. Bullies lead down to 10. 3:40 to play. Still a lot of time here for the Suns. Baum looks over the top for Zugner. Stolen by Squires. She finds Sawalo. Few tired legs out there. Sawalo finds Pryor. She finds Squires. 10 on the shot clock. Squires drives, kicks out. Tanea Sawalo for 3. No good. Sawalo picks up the offensive board. It's tipped away by Lindemans and out of court. It'll be a Sherbrooke basketball. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. So Sawalo inbounds. She gives to Karajic Powell. Top of the key. Karajic Powell looks to take a step around Van Ness. Shot's blocked, but Karajic Powell recovers it. Squires puts up the shot. Doesn't fall. Zugner rebounds. So Beveridge kicks out to Baum. Baum wants to drive. Kicks out to Van Ness. Van Ness fires for 3. No good. Rebound. Falls to Lindemans off hands. Back to Van Ness. Van Ness drives in. The shot clock violation as the Suns call a timeout. 2.5 minutes to play. And Bulleen leads by 10. 67 to 57. So 2:31 on the clock. Ball in the hands of the Suns. They trail by 10. Sawalo putting some pace on the ball. Gives the handoff to Squires. She goes to Sawalo. Top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Kicks to Burton. Burton goes to Sawalo. Sawalo wants the drive. Pulls up. Mid-range shot for Sawalo. Doesn't fall. Baum rebounds, but a foul being picked up by the ref. On the Bulleen 14, Madison Zugner. So it'll be a Sherbrooke basketball. 2:09 to play.
That's Madison's second personal.
Pryor banks it off the glass from the Burton pass from the inbound. This is Lindemann. She wants to drive on Karajic Powell. Shot doesn't fall, but she draws a foul. So Kira Lindemans will go to the line for 2 free throws. So Lindemans misses both. She hustles on the rebound, but it ends up with Sawalo. Ball finds Squires. Squires fakes the pull-up, drive, spins, almost banks it in.
Fouls on number 14, Madison Zugner.
But Squires will go to the line to shoot 2.
For the Suns, Zoe Zwirling checking in.
Zoe Zwirling checks in now for Louise Karajic Powell. Squires knocks down the first.
Squires knocks down the first.
And the second as well. So 1:46 on the clock. Bulleen leads by 6. Ball with Baum. She gives to Van Ness. Van Ness wants the drive. She gets it. Well defended from Burton. Pryor rebounds, gives it over to Sawalo. Ball with Zwirling. Zwirling pulls up for 3. No good. Pryor gets the rebound. Kicks to Squires. Squires fakes the 3. Drives inside. Her shot doesn't go. Rebound off hands. Picked up by Baum for the Boomers. 1:10 to play. Baum drives inside. Gets the open lane.
2 points, Amy Baum.
No help on defense there from Sherbrooke. Zwirling gives to Squires. Squires wants the screen from Pryor. Instead kicks to Sawalo. She goes to Zwirling. Zwirling gets to Squires. Squires fakes the 3 first time. Puts it up now. No good. Zugner rebounds. She gives to Baum. Now over to Beveridge. 40 seconds on the clock. Bulleen probably looking to just drain the clock here. The foul called on the Sherbrooke 13, Tegan Burton. Madison Zugner will go to the line as Bulleen are now in the bonus. So Zugner misses the first. She hits the second, so Zugner up to 5. So Arlo's inbound finds Zwirling. 27 seconds on the clock. Zwirling fires for 3. Got it!
3 points, Zoe Zwirling. And a timeout.
Bulleen calls the timeout.
64, 23.3 on the clock.
Bulleen leads by 6, 70 to 64. 23.3 seconds remain. So we're back underway. 23.3 seconds to play. Bulleen's inbound finds Van Ness, but she dribbles out of court. So it's a Sherbrooke ball. 6 points in it. .21 seconds to play. Sawalo finds Zwirling. She gets the screen from Pryor. Zwirling fires for three. Doesn't fall. Van Ness rebounds. She gives to Baum. Baum over to Lindemans. Lindemans up to Beveridge. That should be all she wrote. And that will be it. So, 2.7 on the clock. Saray Beveridge at the line hits the first. She doesn't find the second. Van Ness rebounds, puts it back up, and she's fouled again. So Van Ness hits the first. She's up to 21 now. And the second as well. So in the end, Bulleen are going to win by 9. They come out 9-point winners.
For today, 73-64. Bulleen Boomers taking this one.
Bulleen take the 9-point win, 73-64 here at Upwey High School Stadium.